You, my friend, are a lucky motherfucker. He knows it too. All the rock stars get the hot chicks.
I'm a rock star.
I can tell. I can tell. Anyway, you guys remember the very first record I ever really kind of released to the public was by a band called The Scream. And this next song, there's a little bit of a story to it, which I'm going to do throughout the evening. I will tell you stories. Some of them you'll want to hear, some of them you probably don't want to hear. Other ones are complete bullshit and fabrication. But that's what I do best. Anyway, so when we were doing the Scream record, I was very blessed to work with a legendary producer. I don't know if anybody here knows who he is, but legendary producer named Eddie Kramer, who if you don't know who he is, probably recorded every note of music that Jimi Hendrix ever did. He did like 4 or 5 Zeppelin records. He did all the Kiss Alive stuff, Frampton Comes Alive. He worked with Humble Pie, the Beatles, the Stones. It's just crazy. And my first record, I get to work with the guy that I basically, all of those bands grew up listening to his production, so I was very blessed for that. But one day we're in the studio and we did what they call the rhythm tracks. And basically that means that we laid down the drums, the bass, and the rhythm guitar, blah, 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 whatever. And so Eddie comes to me in his lovely English accent and he says, "Johnny, I want you to go home tomorrow and I want you to work on the lyrics, make sure everything's proper." And I said, "All right, cool." So I was going to start singing the next day. So I went home and I'm kind of dating myself right now because I didn't go home and sit on my computer and work on the lyrics. I actually went home with a yellow legal pad and a pen. And that's what we used to do when I was a kid. We actually wrote shit. Anyway, so I go home and I'm sitting on my couch and I have a guitar and I'm kind of just going through all the songs like Man in the Moon and all this other shit. And while I'm sitting there, my son's running around. He's playing with his toys, but he's very young. He's like 4 or 5 years old. And while I'm sitting there, this commercial comes on the TV, and it's a father, and he's talking to his son, and he's saying things like, "I wish you would have told me. I told you that you could talk to me about anything." And he's saying all these things, and you actually, in the beginning, you think that he's talking to his son, but as the camera pans out, you realize that he's talking to his son's headstone. And so he's talking to his son's headstone, and I just sat there and I thought about how abnormal that is for a parent to bury their child instead of the opposite way around, the natural order of things. So something happened, it clicked in my brain, and I was just so moved by the commercial that I sat down with my legal pad and my pen and my guitar, and I wrote this next song, and I brought it to the guys, and fortunately for all of us, they liked the song, Eddie loved the song, so we put it on the record. And I don't know if you have the record, if you've heard it, but this is called Father, Mother, Son. Father, thanks for playing with my friends and me. I'm glad they got to meet the man I know. You always knew the words and taught me honesty. You picked me up when I was feeling low. If I could talk to you one more time, I know you'd work things out just like before. Where did I go wrong? Can you hear me sing this song? Father, I won't see you anymore. Mother, dry your eyes, why do you cry those tears? You knew someday your baby'd be a man. Letting go is hard when it's forever. but now I understand. If I could hold your hand one more time and hear your lullabies just like before, I know that I did wrong, so I'm singing you this song. Mother, I won't see you anymore. Son, I wish you knew how much we're missing you. I saw them cry the tears from up above. I try to tell them, but the words aren't getting through. Didn't mean to hurt the one I love. Mother, Father, I hope to see you soon, and things will be just like they were before. Send all my love, I'm watching from above. I'll be in your hearts forevermore. Thank you, guys.
Very nice.
Now this is where you come in, buddy.